A lot of you may not know this, but centralized exchanges, including Coinbase, Binance, Kraken, and basically every other, are going to charge you roughly 3% fees whenever you trade assets. For example, if I wanted to buy some Bitcoin right now, let's just say I wanted to buy $10,000 of Bitcoin. We review my order, you'll see that I'm paying a price of $120,749, despite the actual price of Bitcoin over here being $119,558. The reason why is because this price right here, and they show it very, very small, includes a 1% spread, meaning you're overpaying by 1%. And on top of that, you are paying a 2% fee over here, which is $184, which means that we are essentially losing $300 roughly on this trade. However, what a lot of people don't tell you is you can go and buy another asset on Coinbase. It's called USDC, and you will pay zero spread, as you can see right here, and you will pay zero fee. Because Coinbase has a partnership with the people that created USDC. They're called Circle. So you can buy this USDC, put it in your Coinbase wallet, and trade over on something called a decentralized exchange. And I'm going to show you how you can do that today. But as far as buying the USDC goes, very simple, very easy. You just click buy now. As long as you do it with an ACH transfer or a bank account, you will be able to buy it with no fees very, very easily. So diving in, let's assume you already bought some USDC. You can then go over here to the send section where you can send your USDC. Now, unfortunately, it's not available because it takes a couple days to pin here, but we'd be able to send that crypto to our wallet. Now, we can download the Coinbase wallet and send directly to the Coinbase wallet, which is an easier user interface, or you can set up a Rabby wallet with a ledger or even just directly on Rabby, where you can copy the address and send directly to that address. In this instance, I would type in the asset I want to send and literally click the send button. Now, once I have it over on my Rabby or Coinbase wallet, or basically my DeFi wallet, and if you guys want to learn how you can open up a DeFi wallet, I have a free community called the Liquidity Syndicate. And if you just head down into the education portal, we have something called Getting Started in DeFi, which will walk you through that exact process for getting into the DeFi wallet and trading with low fees. But once we have that money on our DeFi wallet, we will use something called Matcha. Now, Matcha is not a decentralized exchange. It is a decentralized exchange aggregator, which means maybe you've heard of Uniswap, QuickSwap, PancakeSwap. Maybe you've heard of some of the hyper EVM dexes, some of the stuff over on Solana. What Matcha does is it aggregates all of that in one dashboard, and it doesn't just tell you the best one to trade on, it allows you to trade directly to the platform. And if you need to trade on multiple platforms, it will help you do that. So for example, if I wanted to trade some Ethereum over here for some USDC, just right there. Let's just say we wanted to trade 10 ETH for some USDC. You can see I'm putting in $42,847. I'm getting out $42,833. I am paying barely anything in fees. And the reason why is because there are a lot of arbitrage opportunities out there. There's a lot of liquidity pools on multiple decentralized exchanges where Ethereum is a little bit underpriced compared to what it's priced out on centralized exchanges. And people like us are the ones that are going to take advantage of those opportunities. And in essence, we are paying no fees, but by taking advantage of those opportunities, we are setting the Ethereum price back to what the fair value is, back to what the market price is. So in this instance, you can see that it's swapping some of the Ethereum through Swap V2. It's swapping some of the Ethereum through Uniswap V3, and it's swapping some through this other decentralized exchange down here. And this route is constantly switching based on the best route at the time of the trade. So again, this is an opportunity that allows us to trade with practically zero fees, and this is the best decentralized exchange aggregator that I've personally found. And I do want to be completely transparent. I think Matcha is a very, very good product. It's the best out there. I was using this for a long period of time before we recently partnered with them. But to be clear, Matcha is not lining my pockets, they are lining your pockets. So in our free community that I mentioned earlier, and again, it's going to be at the top of the description, we are hosting a $1,000 challenge, meaning that we are giving away $1,000, and that's completely sponsored by Matcha. Again, it's completely free to enter. It's in our free community, but basically you are going to put together a DeFi strategy, which we teach you how to do in the Liquidity Syndicate. And then you are going to post that strategy in the comments section of this challenges page. And then ultimately what we're looking for is what your strategy is, if it inspires others, if it's a clear strategy and easy to follow. And from there, we're going to select a couple winners for a share of $1,000 in USDC. $300 in USDC will go to the grand prize winner, and the next 5 people will get 140 USDC. You'll also get an exclusive tag that you can display on your Liquidity Syndicate profile if you even participate. So again, as you can see, these routes get relatively advanced. It's truly making sure that we have the best outcome out of our trade. Sometimes it's best just to go through one liquidity pool to one asset. Other times it's best to go through 10 to make sure that you are getting the best outcome in the periods of high volatility. And again, I was using Matcha well before they started partnering with us over at Builder Wealth and providing rewards to you guys. But if you guys want to use Matcha as well, the link's going to be in the description, and you can join up on the Liquidity Syndicate. And if you guys do use Matcha, I ask that you use the referral link, and the only reason why is so that they can see that our users are actually using Matcha, so they're open to running more challenges just like this one in the near future. And to finish off this video, I just want to show you the results. If we were to buy $35,000 of Ethereum, right, we would get out 8.191 Ethereum according to Matcha. Whereas if we go and we buy that over on Coinbase, we're getting out 7.953, which means that we are getting 2.86% more on our trade. But the thing is, that's not just 2.86% more, that is 0.228 Ethereum. And if Ethereum eventually rises to a price of, let's just say $10,000, that right there is $2,280, which in perspective on our $35,000 buy-in is roughly 6.5%, meaning that these fees start to stack up when you factor in the actual opportunity cost of paying them. Well, right now, it may be 2-3%, and yeah, you're paying for convenience to trade on Coinbase, you're missing out on all the upside on that fee that you are paying. If we were to buy a derivative of Bitcoin called Wrap Bitcoin, which by the way is completely collateralized by standard Bitcoin, you could see that we are getting out 0.293. If we were to buy BTC over here on Coinbase, we're getting out roughly 0.285. Now here's the thing, this is not a shot at Coinbase or anything like that. All centralized exchanges do that. They have a ton of regulation to comply with, right? And they make a lot of money through these fees. They provide a service, which is convenience. And unfortunately, people have to pay for convenience. That's just how the world works at the end of the day. But if you want to be a smart investor, you want to avoid that convenience fee, avoid what we would call the ignorance tax, right? Not knowing what you don't know, not even knowing that there's another world out there where you can pay next to nothing fees. You could buy USDC on Coinbase, still use the platform, which is what I do, right? And then ultimately send that USDC to your DeFi wallet, which costs nothing, by the way. Unless you're using the Ethereum network, it will cost you $1, no matter your transaction size. And then once it's on the Ethereum network, you can trade via Matcha. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope to see you in the Liquidity Syndicate where you can earn a share of $1,000. We have some more challenges coming relatively soon. See you guys later. Peace out.